Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm joined by Lauren Scott and David Votta, who are members of the Arbon Trust. The Arbon Trust is basically, in my words, the charitable arm of Propertymark. If you don't mind me saying, what the hell is Arbon Trust? Because you're not very good at telling people about it. What is it? Talk to me. Lauren first.
Hi, Chris. So the Arbon Trust was started by the College of Fellows as a benevolent fund for Propertymark members and staff. And in 2015, they applied for charitable status so they could fundraise correctly and were awarded it. And from there, it's grown from strength to strength. What we need to do is to make members and the industry aware of what we do. David and I are trustees, as well as another 4 other trustees, and it's our job now. We've taken upon ourselves, haven't we, the challenge to really grow the awareness of the Arbon Trust.
So that's what it is, but what does it do for the people who need help?
Yeah, so at the moment, currently or historically, it was very broad. We are here to help members or the staff of Propertymark, but it was very broad and it was a benevolent fund. But as you can imagine, there's not a lot of people who will come to us and say, hey guys, we're struggling financially, can you help? So that's been one of the biggest challenges. We have helped some members who have had some disabilities. There was a chap who had a stroke who we provided a wheelchair for. So there's been various case studies like that. We provided educational grants. We've set up various bits of educational pieces, haven't we? But now we are looking more forward facing of what's needed from us as a trust. And we're looking more at mental health, which is huge at the moment, and education. That's the 2 key areas.
Okay, so roughly how much a year does the Arbon Trust give away? Are we talking?
It's nowhere near enough.
Nowhere near enough.
No.
Nowhere near enough. And all we need is an application in from someone or a recommendation that someone.
So does someone need to be a member of Propertymark to apply for help from this benevolent fund? Correct,
or staff of Propertymark, yes.
But they've got to ask for their help, and that's the thing. It's making them aware that help is available, and it takes pride and it takes courage for people to come forward and say, look, guys, I know what you're doing. I need help, and we'll sit there, we'll discuss it as a board, and we'll say, right, this person needs help with. You could have, say for example, someone that works for the organisation and they're living somewhere that's not so desirable and they need to get out of there, but they can't afford the deposit to pay for their next place if they're renting. All little things like that. There's so many ways we can help. We rely on charitable donations, don't we, and stuff like that. So
where do you get your donations from?
We've got a variety of different ways that way. So we fundraise ourselves. We receive money on courses that are sold by Propertymark. The membership, you can give a voluntary donation towards it and membership. Printing cartridges, we recycle printing cartridges. We've got an addition on Amazon Smile. So these are all new things that are coming up. So there hasn't been anything huge at the moment, but we've only been a board this size for 6 months, 9 months, and obviously we have had COVID to deal with as well. So we are now pulling in resources from Propertymark. Nathan is a huge supporter, as is Sarah Davies, who's got a huge passion in charity. So we're hoping we can really grow the charity and be effective for the membership, because what's the point in having it if we're not effective? We want to be effective for what the membership and staff need.
And how sensitive are you with regard to applications, names? It's hard work to ask for help, but then no one's going to do it if they're going to feel their name's going to be banded around a bit.
Well, they've got that discretion, haven't we?
It's fully confidential.
Yeah, we won't always say, Chris Watkin came for us for help on this. We won't disclose that. If people want to be anonymous, they can. It's not about saying, oh, look at the great work we do, because obviously we're not that good.
Well, obviously they need to declare who they are if they're going to apply, but the fact that you've helped them out is no one needs to know that.
No, and we help Mr. and Mrs. X, and that's it. This is what we did. But we would like people to be able to say, can you share my story? Because it empowers people and it encourages others to come forward. But there will be people that don't want to share that information because they're struggling behind closed doors. And the reason why they don't want to come forward is because they don't want people to know that they're struggling. But we're
And
there
how,
for them.
how do people apply for help?
Just to us directly, isn't
That's
it?
just
Yeah.
directly,
So what,
yeah.
is there a
So
website?
we
Yeah,
have
there
got a
is.
website. We've got a website. So you just basically make an application.
It's on the property.
It's on
I mean,
the Propertymark.
we're
It's part of
redoing the
it.
website. We're making it a bit
Okay,
more
then.
swish as well, but it's on the Propertymark site as well. You've got the tabs at the top. Now we've got the new.
Arbon Trust.
Yeah, we've got the new Propertymark website, which is incredible. You've got that Arbon Trust tab. Click that, takes you straight across. How to make an application, what we do, all those bits and pieces. Very easy.
Good stuff. And so you look, anyone who's a Propertymark member who feels that you know, we're not talking tens of thousands of pounds per person here, but you know, £500,000 could make a huge difference to someone's
Anything
life.
could. It could be a small amount. It could be a large amount. You know, it's whatever's relevant to that person's situation.
So primarily, you're not necessarily here to try and raise more money for it, although you'd love more.
Yeah.
So you could help more people. The reason you're here today in this video is to
Awareness.
to say to the boys and girls out there in the estate agency, don't feel you know, ashamed to ask for help. If you're a Propertymark member, the Arbon Trust is here for you.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts before we finish this video?
As well, if you know of somebody that you feel could do with our help, reach out to us and we will reach out to them. So if they're too proud or they didn't know about us, but you know another agent or a colleague that you're working with that you say, you know what, these guys really need some help, they could confidentially contact one of us on LinkedIn, and we'd be very happy to look at it with our trustees.
Look, I'm a huge, massive believer in the Propertymark organisation, and if there's somewhere that can help you not only be a great estate or letting agent through the normal run-of-the-mill Propertymark stuff, but also help you, you know, with your psychology or financially or whatever thing that you need help with, then that's what the Arbon Trust is here for. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
And I wish you well on moving that one forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.